Yo, peace was good. Welcome to the Hip Hop I'm Review. This is part 227. The album that we'd like to talk about today is Ice Cube with his sixth album, War and Peace Volume 2, released in 2000. This is the Peace disc. I did the War disc about a month ago, so definitely check that out. And I appreciate all the dope comments that you guys been sending me on that video, so I really appreciate that. Like I said, this is part 2 or volume 2. This came out in 2000. You guys know who Ice Cube is. I'm not gonna get into his discography. I did pretty much most of his albums, well, at least the first half of this, pretty much the whole '90s, his whole '90s discography, with the exception of featuring Ice Cube, because that's more of a compilation album of features. So I'm not gonna really get into that. I could if I want to, but I don't really want to do that. And plus I have to dig through my bin and shit like that. I got like mad CDs and shit. But yeah, so after Volume 1, he did a couple movies. He did Three Kings, which is pretty much like based on the Gulf War. Then he did Next Friday, that he dropped in early 2000. And that was pretty much it. He was working on this album and he dropped it. This album has 3 singles. The singles are Hello, You Can Do It, which was featured on the Next Friday soundtrack, and he did Until We Rich, featuring Crazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Alright, so this is what the album looks like. You know, you got Ice Cube screaming and shit, screaming at the people, you know what I mean? Pretty cool. See like a dope color, dope picture. You see like a city in decay, you see like a shadow of like kind of like a faded picture of Ice Cube. Pretty cool. Pretty dope. Then we got that's what the CD looks like. I like that. Very dope, like that black and purple or dark purple. Very 90s. That's very 90s, and I love that. And then you see Ice Cube in the background, just holding his hand like this. You know what I mean? Pretty cool. All right. And then show you what's inside of the cover. All right. Then you got Ice Cube, and it just talks about, you know, Ice Cube, talks about, you know, just, yeah, it just talks about the making of the album and shit like that. It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It talks about what he went through when he was making the War disc and stuff like that. And it also talks about, like, his career and things like that. So I thought it was pretty cool throughout his career, up to 2000. It's pretty much the same thing. It talks about, like, the breakdown of his career in the 90s. Including the movies that he did and stuff like that. Picture, that's pretty dope. The picture of the city of LA, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. This is pretty much the back of the CD tray, and then this is like the inside of the CD tray. Pretty cool. It's like a clearer picture. Alright, there's like the track listing and all that stuff, and the production credits. Alright, pretty cool. Dope pick right there. Pretty dope. Tunnel vision, pretty cool. Then it's kind of like a timeline of like what he accomplished and things like that, production wise, features and, you know, things like that. Pretty cool, up to 2000, and then you got like his album up to 2000, up to this album. So America's America's Most Wanted, Death Certificate, Predator, my favorite album from him, Lethal Injection, that people love to hate for some odd reason. The Bullocks B-sides, dope combo, very underrated. The Killer Roll EP and the featuring Ice Cube. So I pretty much did a review on all those with the exception of featuring Ice Cube. So alright, so you know how I get, what am I doing? I gotta do the features and the production credits. Alright. So the producers on the album, you got Dr. Dre, you got Chucky Thompson of the Hitman. Then you got T-Bone and Ice Cube. T-Bone of the Lunch Mob. Then we got Chucky Thompson again, once again. Rich Nice and Lauryn Hill. Not to be confused with Lauryn Hill. The Fugees are different. Lauryn, it's spelled different. So, let's see who else. Battle Cat, dope producer. Chucky Thompson, like I said before. Rich Nice, Lauryn Hill, and Kevin Vaney. Let's see who else I mentioned them before. One Eye, Puffy or Diddy, and Mary Winans. Let's see who else. Young Lord, dope producer. He was at one point part of the Hitman crew, around the late 90s, early 2000s. And he dropped an album back in 99 called The Red Book Masters, something like that. I do have that. Butter, dope producer. One Eye, like I mentioned before. Sugar Bear. And I think that's it. Alright, the features on the album. Features of Dr. Dre, MC Ren, Chris Rock, J.O. Felony, Gangsta, Squeakaroo. Who else? Crazy Bone of Bone Thugs. Mac 10 of West Side Connection, Miss Toy. Who else? That's it on the features. Alright. So let's get into the album, the actual meat and potatoes. Now I'll get down, go through some of the tracks, that kind of thing. Alright, track 1, Hello, featuring Dr. Dre and MC Ren. That was actually the second single of the album. Pretty dope track. I like it. It has burned out. I am burnt out of it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I've heard it so many fucking times. Like, alright, man, I'm getting a little tired of it. But it was dope for hip hop, because at the time, there's a lot of rumors of NWA dropping their album and that kind of thing, and that never surfaced. Due to DJ Yella, doing other projects, like he's doing pornos and stuff like that. Eazy-E being dead, DOC losing his voice, and Arabian Prince, they didn't want nothing to do with the group and that kind of thing. So things of that nature. So this is kind of like a teaser, what was to come. But like I said, never happened. So just shut people up. Like, what better way to do that than just bring the original members of NWA? You know what I mean? So yeah, dope track. That was produced by Dr. J. Like I said, it's the second single of the album. To me, MC Ren had the best verse on the track. I like the one where he said, "We chin check niggas, them thin check niggas. We run trains on gold diggers. Beware of these phone niggas. Scary motherfucker like Stephen King flicks. Making niggas clear the room like a dyke fleeing dick. Make a second to none shit, nigga like quick. So when I bomb first, nigga, who you rolling with? Fuck that ice on your wrist. Fuck your fine ass bitch." Yeah, he killed that shit. I love that. MC Ren still got it, man. And the fact that, he wrote, the lyrics for a lot of the MCs of the group, so, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He's like that. To me, he's kind of the Inspector Deck of the group, you know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. Dope shit right there. So that's track 1, Hello. Second single of the album. First track of the album. Track 2, Pimp Homeo, is a skit. It has to be one of the worst skits I've heard in my life, man. It's pretty much the Pimp a Hoe version of Romeo and Juliet. I shit you not. I mean, I had to write down, what he, oh, Jesus Christ. I had to write down what he said, man. So, it goes like this. Pimp Homeo, hey Julie Ho, I am but 300 short, thy pimp. First, know my ass is tired, thy Pimp Homeo. Be this hour, I have done weeping. That I poppeth my coochie till I can't poppeth no more. Otis style have reason to smack a cramp in that ass. Like, nigga, really? This is what we're coming down to? Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, it seemed like he never left Players Club and he just implemented into this album. Because I'll talk more about that. But that was like the worst skit I've heard in my life. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Track 3, You Ain't Got a Lot to Kick It, featuring Chris Rock. Oh my god, it's like a horrible song. I fucking hate this song. I hate the hook. You ain't got a lot to kick it. I have $200,000. You ain't got a lot. Just faking the funk. And what I got from this track was pretty much, you got dudes that, that want to be with Cube, that want to be Cube's friend. And his thing is like, dude, like, you just gotta be yourself. Like, you can't try to, be something you're not just to kick it. And he senses that, and then that's what I got from that track. So that was track 3, You Ain't Got a Lot of Kick It, featuring Chris Rock, who's not a fan of that song at all. Track 4, The Gutter Shit, featuring J.O. Felony, Gangsta, and Skreek Rule. That was a pretty dope track. That was produced by T-Bone and Cube. I like the line by Cube when he says, Can none of y'all hang with me putting in work? Turn this motherfucker up unless you going to church. Nowadays, crazy ass bitches want their bills paid, but can't even make a good thing of Kool-Aid. So it's pretty much a continuation of You Ain't Got a Lot to Kick It, but this is a lot better in my personal opinion. Pretty dope. So that was track 4, Gutter Shit. Track 5, Supreme Hustle. That was produced by Kevin Vaney, Chucky Thompson, Rich Nice, and Lauryn Hill. I like this track. I like the beat for it. That was pretty cool. I like the line when he says, I be the one that you love to hate. I be the one that's from out of state. I be the one with the nickel plate. I be the one with the mean face. I be the one with the bad taste. That was pretty dope. I like his flip on the eye. That was pretty dope. Alright. So that's track 5, Supreme Hustle. Track 6, Mental Warfare. That was a skit. It's just pretty much in this track he just talks about like the destruction, the mental mind state of destruction that people in the hood, particularly like drug dealers, gangsters, have. That's all they see is destruction. So divide and conquer, that kind of seek and conquer, that kind of thing. So that's pretty deep. That could have been made into a song personally, kind of had a really dark beat, especially with a track like that, with a title like that. That would have been pretty dope. Track 7, 27 More Hours. That was produced by Battle Cat. That's like one of my favorite tracks of the album. Pretty dope track. I like the line when he said, Everything is real on this concrete and steel. Niggas peel your cap for a happy meal. I got to deal with this wall of confusion, world of illusions. We ain't losing, player never winning. We're winning. We winning, excuse me. Playing every night, we sending paper chasing, grinning. Grinning. While you still chasing women, round tables, no lieutenants. Yeah, he killed that shit. That was pretty dope. And that's one thing about Cube. Like, Cube, his flow is like one of the most underrated flows. Like, when it comes, like, the way he flows is how he, attacks the beat. And it's just so ill. It's mad ill. And it's not something that I hear too many people talk about. Excuse me. So that was track 7, 24 More Hours. That was pretty cool. Track 8, Until We Rich, featuring Crazy Bone. That was actually the third and final single of the album. Pretty dope track. It's kind of like a motivational track. It's just him talking about, I didn't write any lyrics, but it's just him talking about, being yourself. It's just talking about like how this rap shit ain't what it cracked out to be. You don't have to be a rapper to be a cool guy. You go to school, be a doctor, that kind of thing. Just be yourself, man. Don't imitate what you see in the art. You know what I mean? Just be yourself, and then you'll be more accepting. That kind of thing. That's what I got from that. That's one of the songs, like, as far as single wise, that I don't really hear too many people talk about. I didn't even know it was a single until like this year. You know what I mean? And so it was like the lesser known singles. It's not the single that people know about, and it also uses the same sample as AZ's How We Doing. I forgot the name of the song, but it's the one he did, How You Living. Excuse me, the song How You Living that he did on his second album, Pieces of a Man with Nas. Fucking love that song. I did a review on that album, so definitely check that out. But he uses the same sample. Pretty dope track. Dope single. Definitely one of the more underrated tracks on the album. Yeah, pretty dope. So that was the track Until We Rich. That was pretty cool. Track 9, You Can Do It, featuring Mac 10 and Miss Toy. That was the first single of the album. Like I said again, this was the single off the Next Friday soundtrack. I've always liked the beginning of the beat. like the stuttering, I've always loved that for some reason. You know, the SP 1200, that sustain, I fucking love that. I like the line by Q when he said, "Tick tick boom, hear me banging down." Excuse me. Tick tick boom, hear me bang down like these back streets, bumping black streets, treated like an athlete. Life ain't a track meet, no, it's a marathon. Fuck the cemetery that the nigga be buried on. Fucking love that. He killed that shit. That was pretty dope. So that was track 9, You Can Do It. That was an okay track. Track 10, Mac 10, Mackin' and Driving. Yeah, I didn't write anything about it. You know, it's just yeah, it's meaningless. I didn't really care for that track. So this is a skit. Track 11, Gotta Be Insanity. That was produced by Marijuanas and Diddy. Definitely not my favorite track. I could have done without that song. Didn't really do anything for me. Track 12, Roll All Day. Produced by One Eye. That was a dope track. I didn't write anything for it. Excuse me. Track 13, Can You Bounce? That was produced by Young Lord. That was a dope track. I actually enjoyed that. I like the line when he says, it's a dope track, but it has some questionable lines where I wrote it down when he says, "They call me Papa Doctor, see a bitch and I knock her. I collect them like Pokemon. From Norwegian, from Norwegian, except the ones with no behind." Like, what? Yo, Q, like, what are you saying? I don't really care for that. Alright, so that was track 13. Track 14, Dinner with the CEO. And pretty much he replays his bad experience he had with Jerry Heller, but he put it on to skit form. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. So that was track 15. That was 14. Dinner with the CEO skit. So yeah. Track 15, Record Company Pimpin'. That was produced by Butter. It's pretty much, that was produced by Butter, like I said. It uses the same sample as Please Listen to My Demo by EPMD. It's pretty much told about how the industry, you know, these record labels like to take advantage of a lot of these up and coming artists and that kind of thing. So it's kind of like the whole the industry is shady, that kind of thing. That famous line that that Q-Tip said in '91. The industry is shady. The record industry is shady. It's pretty much his take on that. Pretty much, you know what I mean. Yeah. So that was a pretty decent track. You know what I mean? At first, I didn't like it because that was pretty much like some straight, beat jacking for beats type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, so that was track 15, Record Company Pimpin'. Track 16, Waiting to Hate. Another Jackin' for Beats track. That was produced by Charlie Sugar Bear. That was produced by One Eye. Again, uses the same samples as What You're Saying by EPMD. You know what I mean? I gotta do some EPMD reviews, so definitely gotta do that. I'll do that one day, but yeah. But he did kill the beat though, man. But I do like the line when he said, I like the one when he says, "Yo, we can go to war with the enemy. All we need is AKs and Hennessy. This ain't back in the days of Tennessee. Pull the trigger and release the energy shots. Energy, pow. See motherfuckers run till they catch one in the back, and it might cause a cardiac. Better act like he died, and we brought him back. Him screaming for his mama and his sister packed flat lines." Yeah, he killed that shit right there. So that was track 16, Waiting to Hate, and track 17, Niggas of the Century. Was not a fan of that track at all. Didn't really care for that. Overall, this album was, I did not like this album. It's not bad, but it's not good at all. It's not good either. I just felt like it was inconsistent. You know what I mean? it was just inconsistent sequence wise. You know what I mean? He was just like all over the place on this album. They really had no meaningful tracks with this, the exception of we ain't got a lot to kick it, you know, which I didn't like the song, but I did like the message that he portrayed on that track where like you have to be yourself. Until we rich, I like that. That was pretty cool. Where you know he talks about, you know, you don't have to be a gangster, you don't have to be a rapper to fit in. You know, you could be yourself. You know, go to school, you know, that kind of thing, things of that nature. But with this album, like I said, it just felt like he never left. He never left. He never left Players Club, and he just had that mode. And next Friday, and he just had that mode on that on making this album. I think that was the point of this album. That's the name of the piece, and I get it, but it just wasn't that good, man. I really care for this. Yeah, and then this is the last Ice Cube I'm gonna have solo wise. I know some of you guys been asking me if I had like raw footage. You Can Cry Later, You Can Laugh Now, Cry Later. I don't have those albums. I don't plan on getting those albums. If I see it for cheap, I'll pick it up. It's not like my go-to, but if I do pick it up, you know, I will eventually, you know, review it, but don't expect it anytime soon unless I see it in the shows and I'll pick it up, whatever. But yeah, Ice Cube, War and Peace Volume 2, the Peace album, released in 2000. I wasn't too crazy about the album. It's okay, but I don't know, like the Pimp Homeo skit just didn't really do much for me. That was kind of pointless. And yeah, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed that review, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Definitely stay tuned for more. I definitely gotta do a CD collection. I'll probably do one this week or something, or maybe next week. I'm not sure. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, peace.